Nice gaming. How's it going, everybody? This is the very first of a video series that I'm doing on how I warm up and the warm-up routine that I go through. So let's go ahead and get into the first thing that I do. It's a little bit unorthodox. I don't know how widely known it is, but I don't actually buzz on the mouthpiece. The lesson teacher that I had when I was in college, his name was Dr. Mark Wilcox. Great man. Fortunately, no longer with us. But the few years that I spent with him, he taught me a lot of fundamentally kind of earth-changing ideas and routines and warm-ups and exercises, and it changed the way, not only the way that I sounded, but it also changed the way that I approached trumpet playing, or the way that I approach teaching the trumpet. And it's all based around air movement through the horn. I'm what he considered a second generation Bill Adams student. So all this pedagogy that you'll see me talk about is all based around that Bill Adams central thought of air creates the note. Air allows you to move from one octave to the next, or from note to note, just specifically changing the speed of your air and not thinking of notes as higher or lower, but thinking of notes as nearer or further to you. So with that in mind, the first thing that I do whenever I pick up the horn, which I haven't really played at all today, and it's been just a few days since I've played, and the first thing that I'll do is I'll take my instrument. Nope, didn't mean to hit that. The first thing I'll do is I'll take my instrument right here. This is just it's a Fred Schmidt trumpet. This regular practice trumpet that I have. Nothing special about it. And I'm pretty sure if you're pretty well versed in, how to play trumpet or trumpet pedagogy, or you've taken it into college, you've probably heard or seen something that's similar like that, where basically take out the main tuning slide, just like that. And the idea is to buzz using the tuning slide. And the advantage that this gives you is the resistance is exactly the same. It feels exactly the same as when you have the horn to your face, just like that. We want to create a foundation of knowledge and a foundation of playing that sets us up for anything that we're going to play, whether we have to play something with jazz, or whether we have to play anything with classical music or mariachi music. This style of playing and these techniques that I'll be showing you over the course of the next videos. These techniques that I'll be showing you over the course of these next few videos are going to foster using and controlling your air to create notes, rather than trying to muscle or manipulate your way to each individual note, which is what we naturally do as trumpet players or as humans. If we can't do something, our physiology tells us to do something physically to make something happen. Think about when you get upset or at something that you can't do, like when you were first learning how to tie your shoes. When you can't do it, our first thing is to just, hit something or do something in order to force that thing to work for us. So this school of thought, this pedagogy, this way of thinking helps keep you calm, keep everything in your chest very calm while doing what it's supposed to do naturally, and creating such a powerful, forceful, but controlled sound no matter what you're playing. And the idea of everything is control. So again, we take out our first tuning slide, and we're just going to play as if played our regular concert F, as if as if we have the tuning slide back in. It's going to create a different type of sound if you've never done it before, but for trumpets, it's all going to be pretty much the same. So this is what it sounds like. So the first thing that I want to address when playing through the lead pipe is the sound that we're trying to focus on is going to be a sound that that is what is commonly referred to as sometimes as playing to the front or edge. I'm sure if you're in high school, you've probably heard your band director or lesson teacher say, "Hey, we don't want you to play with edge," or "Here at this point, you're supposed to play with edge if you're in like marching band or something." So we want to hear that ring. There's a high-pitched ring that you can hear once you're using the correct amount of airstream. And it may take you a little while. It may take you several different times or tries to get to that point where you can hear that distinct ring. It's like it's almost the same sound ring that you hear if you tap metal on metal. It's like it's a very high-pitched ding kind of ring, but it's a constant ring that you hear, and that's what we want to strive for. So hopefully I can create that, and you can, or hopefully when I create that, you can hear that as I'm playing it. So before I do that, I want to illustrate my posture. My posture is very straight up. I don't really have any space in between my chair. I mean, I'm not sitting in the back of the chair like this, but I do have space. I sit about halfway. That's just me. But I want to free up a lot of space in my core down here so I can allow my air to fill up and expand down here while keeping everything in my chest exactly the way it is when I'm just regular, when I have my hands down. My chest expands, of course, as you breathe in because your lungs expand, but I want to store all of that air and all of that energy down where my core muscle is into your diaphragm. That's the key, because we're going to be drawing on all of that stored air, or we're going to be drawing on all of that space that we're storing to keep pushing the air out very evenly, as well as very we're going to be drawing on that air so we can push that air evenly and effortlessly. So everything's the same. I'm not really a huge stickler on how exactly you stand because people play differently. So that's just me. What I tell my students is there's no one specific correct way of playing. There are lots of good ways for other people to play, and you take what works for you, keep it. If it doesn't work for you, throw it out. You know, it's just as simple as that. And that'll keep the love of playing the trumpet really, really fresh for you. So again, I want you to see if you can hear the high-pitched ringing sound that I make as I blow in through the lead pipe. And the idea is to blow and use all the air that you have. I always rule of thumb for me is to take 2 counts to breathe anytime I'm about to play something. So here we go. So the idea is to keep pushing that air, keep forcing that air. It should almost feel as if you're pushing, as if you're playing almost as loud as you can, but everything in your face and in your upper body, everything is very, very calm. The only thing that's actually working is my air, is my core muscles as it's pushing that air out. It's just bypassing everything and coming out, as opposed to we want fast air. If we're playing something soft, for example, we still want faster air, just not as much. Versus, okay? I'll try it one more time. So hopefully you can hear this. All right, I believe I'm pretty warm right now, so I will go ahead and put the tuning slide back in. And not changing anything, still keeping the approach the exact same. I'm now going to play a concert F. I get the exact same sound. I'll play it again. And that opens up your sound so much. When you do this after playing however you've played, if you've never done that before, and you're able to create that ring, and you can control that ring without forcing anything, except for using your core muscles to push that air out. If you can create that sound, and when you put that tuning slide back in, you will play a concert F that's not only helps with your intonation, but it also makes every other note after that so much easier when you are able to approach that sound that way. So this is the first part of my warm-up series. And if you like, so if you're able to create that sound, then you have taken the first steps into approaching the trumpet in a much different way that allows for more endurance, as well as keeps you very nice and calm and opens up your sound to a point where note playing and increasing your range becomes so much more effortless as you try to increase your range, if that's what you want to do, or you just want your sound to be, you want your tone to sound a little bit better, or if you just want to try something different, maybe some other things that either a lesson teacher or directors have told you it really hasn't worked for you. Maybe try this, and if you're able to do it, it helps you. It helps further your development as a trumpet player. So once again, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. I plan on releasing at least a video per week. I'll be going through my whole warm-up routine for each day. It goes through Monday through Sunday, and you do different routines on different days. And the routine, if you do it well enough, and you follow the instructions, which I will leave. I'll go ahead and make sure to leave in the description, or leave a way for you to download the warm-ups that I use so you can practice them yourself. Once you go through this warm-up by yourself, it should take about 30 minutes to an hour to fully warm up. It helps warm up your fingers. The more you do it, it helps to increase your range. You can. My regular legit mouthpiece that I play on is a Bach 1.5C. It's a pretty big mouthpiece, and on that mouthpiece, I can play a course down to low G flat, and after I've gone through a warm up, I'm confident in playing all the way up to a double G just on that mouthpiece alone. Now I do a lot of lead playing as well, and my lead mouthpiece that I play on is a Bach 3E. That one just works for me. I also have a Schilke 14.5 4A. But I don't normally play on that one. The 3E for me, that works perfectly. I'm able to command a double A all the way up to double C and above, double C and above that. So it just depends on what I'm playing that day. But once again, I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you enjoy what you see and you want to hear more, please don't hesitate to scream on down to that subscribe button. Subscribe to this channel. Again, I'll be putting out more content every single week, excuse me. Tell your friends, tell other trumpet players about this channel. Once again, this has been Matt, and I'll scream you guys later. Peace.